welcome to episode 14 of the Woolly Wolverine podcast. My name is Laura and I'm the host of this wee little humble podcast all about knitting. So you can find me on Ravelry as Wolverine, and there's a group for the podcast there as well, which is the Woolly Wolverine podcast group. You can find me on Instagram as @WoollyWolverine, and you can find me on you can find the show notes for this podcast on WordPress, woolywolverine.wordpress.com. I'll have all that linked below for you, so you don't need to write it down. But yes, welcome. Today is the 7th of May 2017, and it is a beautiful day in Ireland. I have my window open and there are a lot of birds chirping, so if they're annoying, I do apologise, but I quite like the sound of birds chirping, so it doesn't really bother me, but I hope it's not too loud. We live in it's kind of like a dormer bungalow, but it's not. We do have an attic as well, but the eaves kind of come down into some of the bedrooms, and the birds find it easy enough to get in, so there's kind of a nest just here, not in my room, but just outside the room, and they wake me up pretty much every morning, flapping and chirping, but it's okay. Most of the time it doesn't bother me because I'm up early anyway for work, so it's fine. So back to the reason we're all here, for the knitting. So I think this will be quite a busy episode. I have a few bits to show you guys. So last week I had started work on my Weasley sweater. Well, not for me. The Weasley sweater that I am knitting for a friend's little child. I haven't told them that I'm knitting it, and I'm not sure if they watch it, so I want to give it as a surprise if I can. So the fact that you'll see the letter now might be a bit of a giveaway, but I've made a fair amount of progress. Almost done, just need to do seaming. So here it is on the back. The back's plain, but I used Intarsia. The pattern is by Alison Hansel, and it gives you two ways of doing the lettering. You can either do you can do it with Intarsia, or you can do the duplicate stitch. So you just knit it all in the blue and then kind of map over the stitches for the letter that you want to make. So the pattern by Alison Hansel uses the letter H, so I had to draw out a little chart for myself just for this, to change the letter. But it was pretty easy, didn't find it too hard, and I used Intarsia because I'd done it before on a previous project and found it like a good technique. So my sleeve, I think the sleeves might be a smidge long, but you can turn them up. It's for a 2-year-old, so they're going to be messing around. And the fact that I said it's for a 2-year-old, the person probably hasn't narrowed down, if they do watch this, as to who it is. But that is the Weasley sweater. It's knit on 5mm needles, and I used Hayfield Bonus DK, which is 100% acrylic. This is shade 0761, and I'm not sure if that is for the teal or the kind of golden colour here, but one of them is that shade, and I've lost the ball band of the other, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's quite soft, it's nice, and it's washable, so it'll be fine for a little boisterous boy. But I like the colours and how they go together, and I could easily make a second one. I might have to do the body in this and the Intarsia in this, but all the Weasley sweaters. But I really am enjoying knitting baby garments at the moment, or garments in general. So I probably will use that for another small garment. But that is my Weasley sweater, so I should have that done. I may have given it away by next week, so you may not see it again, but I'll definitely take a picture before, when it's fully finished, and in case it is, in case I've given it away for next week so I can show it. My second project I'm going to show you is a pair of socks which I cast on for May. I like to have a pair of socks on the needles kind of all times. So I am knitting the Pebble socks by Mina Phillip, which is is part of the Beyond Vanilla pattern collection. Yeah. It's quite a simple, it's very simple stitch pattern that is kind of just adds a bit of texture if you don't want to just do plain vanilla. So I just done Dave's socks in just vanilla socks, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. So here they are. These are in zigzag, King Cole zigzag, which is 75/25 merino nylon. And I don't know what this red is. I had a random red skein, so I'm going to use that for the heels and toes as well. But you can see there, you can just kind of see the texture kind of on that. And then on the back I just did stockinette, which is similar to the pattern. But as you can see, these kind of seem to be like zigzagging, and I think that's what they do, which is kind of interesting and cool. They're kind of boys' colours, I suppose. It could be a man colour, but I just like them. They're quite bright. I went to my stash and this just kind of jumped out at me, so I cast them on. So I cast them on I think it was Wednesday. So a little bit of progress on them. I've just been knitting them kind of on the bus. Knitting them 2 at a time on my 2.5 Hiya, and there's the yarn in its messy cake. Keeping that in my Maker's Haven Harry Potter bag. So that is my second work in progress. Another one that I have, I cast on another garment when I kind of finished that, when I pretty much finished the Weasley sweater this morning. So I am knitting a jumper for my sister, my youngest sister Sophia. She is 10. She's 10, but she's quite tall for her age. She's almost the same height as me. I'd say she's well over 5 foot. I'm 5'5", and she's almost as tall as me. So I'm knitting her a regular adult size, but a small size in it. So I'm knitting the Square and Stripe by Vera Valimaki. I printed it out in black and white. What colour is it? But it's just a boxy kind of sweater. It reminds me of the Hohi Locatelli boxy. But it has kind of subtle stripes. Let's see if we get another picture there. Oh, don't look at the pattern. Yeah. So it's kind of a oversized kind of cardigan. There's another picture I'll show you. It's not a cardigan. I think I said it was cardigan there. It's an oversized sweater, pullover or jumper, with just a little subtle bit of striping. So I am knitting it. I'll show you. So I cast this on this morning, so I haven't made much progress, but it's kind of it's stockinette as well, so it's all rolly. But this is the colour. This is the purple. I'm a fan of purple. I know it's quite dark and heavy for that we're coming into the summer, but we live in Ireland. Who are we kidding ourselves? We're going to have cold days in the middle of June. So it's kind of, the construction is interesting. It's not knit together. I think it joins pretty soon. You knit these two, kind of the front section and the back section separately, and then you join together for the body. But this is the purple. So far I got this morning. I think I have another couple rows to do, and then I have to knit the back, and then I think you join them then. I didn't actually read the pattern too closely, but I will show you. The wool I'm knitting this in is the purple. That purple is Signet. It's just commercial kind of sock yarn, commercial yarn, DK weight, and it is a nice kind of purple. And this is 100% pure new wool. Shade number is 2999. And then for the stripes, I'm going get tangled. For the stripes, I'm using this. So this is Maker's Haven, Amber Maker's Haven. She had this in her D-stash a couple months ago. I picked it up. I think it was she dyed it up to sell in the shop, but it was kind of a misfit or something, so there was something slightly wrong with it, but I will welcome it to my home, as I love purples. I would have loved actually if I had enough to do the body in this and then the stripes in the darker. I think it would have been nice, but I do think they go well together. I think they'll be quite nice. So I have 2 skeins of this, and I've enough meterage of this, I think. Maybe a bit yarn chickeny, but I'll figure something out. I got that for Christmas, the Signet, and I purchased this myself a couple months ago, yeah, in that D-stash. But it's nice. It's kind of tonal, and it has some kind of blue speckles as well, which is quite interesting. So I think that will be nice. I'm enjoying working on this today, so hopefully I will get through it quickly. It's knit on 5mm needles. I did a quick swatch. I'd done a swatch with that yarn for another project that I was thinking of doing, so I used the same swatch and the same size needles, and I had got gauge, so I didn't even need to do a second swatch. I just started knitting. So yeah, that's 5mm needles. I don't know if I said it's a Vera Valimaki pattern on Ravelry, and I'm knitting the smallest size in it for my sister. So they are all my whips, I think. Yes. They're all my whips. My upcoming knits, I was watching Katie of Inside Number 23, and I seen she had knit a angel hat by Kay Jones at the Bakery Bears, and it is so squishy and delicious and so nice, and that colourway is amazing. I'm not that brave, but I'm going to knit myself up a hat in that pattern because it looks amazing. So I have a skein of Malabrigo Rios in the Nimbus Grey colourway. It's like a charcoal grey, really dark, with kind of slight tonal kind of lighter greys in it. I think that would be quite nice, so I'm going to cast that on some stage in the very near future. I've been knitting hats like a crazy woman for everyone, and I want one for myself, so I'm going to do it. And again, it's coming into the summer, but sure, why don't I knit myself a worsted weight hat? Makes sense. I don't know, I'll get used to it out of it anyway in the winter, if I don't get used to it now. Also, while I'm on my garment kick, I know a lot of people who are expecting babies, so I'm knitting baby wear. So I have a skein of Debbie Bliss Baby Cash Merino in the colour 340059. It's nice kind of tealy blue. I really like teal. And then I also have another skein of Debbie Bliss in Baby Cashmerino in 340027. And I think they look quite nice together. This one's quite muted, but I think a nice striped garment for a wee baby would be nice. And I'm actually thinking of adding in this biscuity colour as well, which I knit a flax light out of recently for a small baby as well. So I think they look quite nice together. I'm looking for a pattern. This is Debbie Bliss Rialto 4-ply, which is I think it's a 80-20 merino nylon. I think I may have made that up, but I think that's what it is. These are 55% wool, 33% acrylic, and 12% cashmere. It's very soft. It's lovely. Be nice for a little baby. So that is upcoming. I'm trying to find a pattern that I can use. So I know someone who is having a little boy, so I think these colours would be nice for boy. Stereotypical blues. So if anyone has any suggestions of any patterns for baby sweaters, if you could pop them down below in the comments, that'd be great. Or if you can leave them in Ravelry as well in the episode thread, that would be super duper, because I want to cast that on as well, just so I have all the projects on the needles, because I like being busy. I like kind of dipping in and out of different things and having different things to work on. Variety is the spice of life, it has been said. And having that many projects on the needles doesn't stress me out too much. I know some people worry about that kind of thing, but I don't care. Load them on. I'll get through them eventually, so no stress. But I think that is all my knitting content. Oh, I did finish the Hermione cable and eyelet hat, which I showed last week. I think I was pretty much done when I was showing it last week. But I have given it away to my bestie. Happy birthday, Sarah! I know she watches every now and then, so happy birthday. So I gave that to her last night. I was out with some of my friends last night, just catching up, and I gave that to her last night, so I don't have it to show you, but I do have a picture which I will put in here if I remember. Yes, that's the cable and eyelet hat, the Hermione cable and eyelet hat, which I knit in Malabrigo Rios Winter Lake on, I can't remember the needle size, 3.75, 3.5, one of them. It knit up very fast. It's nice and squishy, and I hope she enjoys it. So that is all the knitting content. Moving on to chattery do. So as I said, I was out last night with some friends, just having a quick catch up. Haven't seen them in a while. We kind of find it hard to find time that we're all kind of available. Some of us, we don't all live in Kildare anymore, so it's kind of difficult to find time to get together, so it's always nice to see everyone and catch up. So it was a nice evening last night. On Friday I went out with a friend from work and we went to get our nails done in Tropical Popical. I got kind of purple glitter because I am obsessed with purple. It's nice and girly purple. So Tropical Popical is that place that Saoirse Ronan always talks about. I think she was on the Ellen show and she was talking about it. But yeah, we went and got that done. We went for some dinner and a drink, and that was it really. It was nice. It's been really nice weather in Dublin, well, in Ireland the last couple of days, so it's been nice to get out and about and just kind of walk around the city. It was lovely. So yeah, that's what we did on Friday. What else have I been up to? Oh, Grace of the Babbles Travelling Yarns podcast regularly hosts virtual knit nights, which I have sat in on in the last week, and really nice and enjoyable times just sitting and chatting. And there's a lawnmower now, so I might just close my window. Some people, so inconsiderate. Don't they know that I'm filming a very important podcast and that their mowing of their lawn is definitely less important than this beautiful podcast that I'm presenting to you today? Well. So what was I saying? Oh, virtual knit nights, great fun, really enjoying them. And yeah, I've been enjoying getting to know some more of you knitters. Great fun. What else have I been up to? Oh yes, the Big Knit, which is the charity knit for Age Action that Innocent Smoothies hold every year. I've talked about it a few times in the last few episodes. I have began my knitting of teeny tiny hats. I seem to love knitting teeny tiny things. I had my plethora of teeny tiny chickens, and now I'm going to have a plethora of teeny tiny hats. So these are just kind of simple. I knit them flat and then seamed them up the back there. So this was in leftover yarn that I had from the hat that the Hermione hat. So this is the Malabrigo Rios in the Winter Lake. And I'm going to make a ton of tiny pom-poms and put them on some of these. So these are just plain. I'm going to do some with little colour work and kind of use all my scraps and bits and bobs. So I talked about the details of it in a previous episode, but just to give you a quick refresher, it's for Age Action, which is a charity in Ireland that help the elderly with all sorts of things. During the winter they give them blankets and things like that to keep them warm, and they arrange activities for them to do. So it's a really nice charity. But every year Innocent Smoothies, which is a drink, sell their drinks with little hats on them. So people in Ireland take part, knitters in Ireland take part and send in their hats, and then they pop them on the lids on the top, and for every one that they sell, 30 cents I think it is goes to Age Action. So it's a nice thing to do. They kind of go on sale from October. I think it's October, but you need to have the hats in by July. Not sure the dates, but I will have the link again in the show notes for people who want to take part. There is a thread in the Ravelry group if you guys want to join in and knit some teeny tiny little hats, because they're cute. Like, look at that. If you want to knit some teeny tiny little hats and send them in, or even just to show them kind of off, I'm going to start knitting as many as I can with any of my scraps, and I'll start posting the pictures kind of in that thread just to keep you guys up to date. I'll probably show them on the podcast every couple of weeks, just a few of them. I have a little kind of bag that I got from, where was this from? The Wool Warehouse, I think, which is an online store. And I just kind of keep them in here, and I still have a little bit of the Rios left as well, so I can knit up a couple more of them. But they're very quick, easy kind of projects just for using your scraps up, and it goes to charity. And me and Dave are going to hunt the shops of Ireland trying to find my hats when they go on sale. I don't know if he knows that yet, but that's what we're doing. But I think that's it for this week. I hope everyone is having a great week. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching and subscribing. We're well up over the 100 marker, which was my kind of goal, which I didn't even think I'd reach, but it was my kind of goal when I was starting out, and now that we're kind of surpassed that, it's amazing, and I just want to say thank you, and I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I will see you all next week. Bye.